welcome to the channel. It's 5:15 in the morning, so if I look like absolute shit, that's why. I'm driving to a car launch in Wales, which is kind of 3.5, 4 hours away, and then 3.5, 4 hours back. I'm only going to be there for 3 hours. But the car I'm doing it in is actually one of the most important cars of 2020. It's kind of one of the most ordinary cars, but don't let that be a bad thing, because it's not. I'm in the new Skoda Octavia. Yes, apparently it is Octavia. I worked at Skoda for 2 years, many years ago, and it's not Octavia. And the lights have gone off. Oh dear, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day, guys. But yes, this is the all-new Skoda Octavia. I've not driven more than 2 meters in it yet, but I'm about to do kind of 380 miles in a day. I'm going to take you along for the ride and do a little kind of review thing as we go. It's a manual, it's got a digital dashboard, it's got Volkswagen Group's confusing new infotainment system, which isn't on yet because I've not turned the car on, and we've got green lighting. So yeah, it's normal 150 horsepower 1.5 litre petrol Estate. It's white. You probably can't see that yet because it's dark as balls outside. Ordinary car, but a really important car, because you're going to see millions of these on the roads probably over the next couple of years. So I'm going to stop talking, start driving, and I'll see you in a bit. Hopefully I'll be more awake. I'm trying to put my sat-nav destination in, and for some reason this car is steadfastly not letting me use miles. Apparently I can have both kilometers an hour and miles per hour for speed, which is definitely a bug, and it won't let me put miles in for the distance units. I have to say, I've been rolling for about 2 minutes, and this already feels like I've pulled on a comfortable pair of slippers. Just feels like it's very easy to drive. It's not too big. The manual gearbox is super easy to use. Yes, I think this is going to be a nice car to do a long drive in. It already feels like an elderly relative could drive this very easily. It's very smooth. It's very relaxing. It's very early. Why am I awake? Why? This is the least glamorous bit of the job. Getting up at silly o'clock. Oh, it's raining! Brilliant! I have to say, this is very impressively quiet and smooth. I've just been over the notoriously crap bit of the M25 between junctions 10 and 11, where it basically turns into a concrete version of Passchendaele.
Prepare to turn off to the left, exit, and then follow the M3 towards Basingstoke.
And it was pretty smooth. I've been going for about 2 hours now. I've done 120 miles and I need breakfast. So you know what time it is. It's Greg's sausage roll time. It's actually 7:10. I'm quite tired. But so far, the Octavia's really good. I've only just noticed as it got light that there's only a 2-spoke steering wheel. So it kind of like harks back to like an old Mercedes S-Class or something. It just feels nice. It feels different. It doesn't feel like a Golf. Actually, I'm probably going to end up comparing it to the new Golf because it's based on the new Golf. It's got the same infotainment as the new Golf, same engines, blah blah blah. It's not the hybrid though. It's just a 1.5 litre petrol. This one is a top spec one, a launch edition. What's it called? It's an SEL first edition, so it's pretty loaded. Loaded, I said that very poshly. It's very loaded. It's 28 grand for an Estate. That's cheap these days. The last Golf I drove, the new Golf, that was about 34 grand, and that's a smallish car. This is huge, and it's got toys, it's got Alcantara-y stuff there. The only bits that really feel cheap are like that plastic door handle is just hard. It's fine. You've got USB-C, so you need an adapter. I don't know. There's nothing you touch that makes it feel less fancy than a Golf. I kind of prefer it in a way. It's a bit less chintzy. And you've got this old school green Skoda lighting under there, which is quite a nice throwback to the Skodas of 10 years ago, where everything was lit up green. It's now just a little bit. It's very tasteful. So far, I'm really impressed. It's actually really quiet and refined on the motorway as well, in boring consumer news. And I'm getting about 50 miles per gallon sitting at 80 miles an hour. So, happy days. Right, sausage roll, less consumer car waffle, and I'll show you the outside of it in a minute. It's got kind of like this kind of droopy snoot, which I quite like. It's not the best looking car in white, I would say, and this is on relatively sensible wheels. From the back though, I think it looks pretty smart. It looks quite modern. These are quite small and sharp. How many other people are doing walk-arounds of a car in a motorway services? I don't know. I think it looks fine. Hello. Right. This is what I travel with, all my crap in the footwell. I'm going to go and eat some food. Goodbye. I've changed my mind. It looks much better now. Things are looking up. I've just made the shocking discovery that the cup holders aren't big enough for a large Greggs branded bottle of water. Luckily there's a cubby hole here, and oh my god, there's one under there. Like every other car. It's practical. I should probably go. Ooh, digital dashboard. Skoda! Sorry, Skoda. Bing! Right, I shall see you in Wales. Hello everyone, I'm in Wales now, and I'm going to stop doing the accent before you unsubscribe. But yeah, stats fans, I've just done 184 miles in 3 hours 12 minutes, mostly motorways, and I have done, it says, 49.7 mpg, which is pretty good. I left it on adaptive cruise control nearly the whole way. I feel fresher than when I started, which wouldn't be hard because I felt like crap when I started. But yeah, this is a very relaxing car for long motorway journeys, and it's also nice to drive something that's not an SUV, which means that you can kind of pile it into roundabouts about 20 miles an hour faster than you can in an SUV without feeling like you're going to roll over. It's really good. I like it. I quite like this swoopy door handle as well. No, there's something about it. It's got pleasing shape and it's very solid. It's a bit grey. Can you guess what I'm here to drive? I'm here to drive a Jeep. But yeah, I'll give you more of a walk around in a bit. I keep saying that. I don't know if I will. What do you want to see? The boot, probably. Now it's daylight, I'll do that. Whoa. Ah. God, Wales is pretty. Sorry, we've had a wire in your face. Worse. This is the boot. It's huge. You can recline the back seats to make it bigger using those. I'm not going to do it. I just want my tripod. God, it's enormous. It's enormous. Probably don't need a Superb. Probably can't hear me. Bye. Right, I've done the event I came to Wales for. It's time to head home in the Octavia. This is the face and wetness of a man that stood in Wales in a cloud all day, but in true motoring journalist fashion, did nick some biscuits on the way out, so call that a win. Another 180 miles to go to get home, and yeah, I'm actually quite looking forward to it in the manual. Oh yeah, manual Octavia SEL launch edition, first edition. Where's my piece of paper? Time to go home, home. 3 hours. How long is that going to take? It's going to take 3 hours, dickhead. Oh, I'm not sponsored by Honda Motorcycles, but I am open to sponsorship opportunities, as Alan Partridge would say. From the Oast House, right. press launch is always interesting because they always have to have an area where they can clean the cars. I'm on a farm and they've used an old farmhouse which is now a valet bay, or valet if you're being fancy. Cleaning the jeeps next to a field of sheeps. I do feel as you get older, long days get harder. It's like, oh Jesus, I'm not in a jeep anymore. I have to slow down for cattle grids with massive potholes on the other side. See you on the M4. Minor drama, I was just going down the M4 with about 10 meters visibility and the tyre pressure monitor light came on saying, ah! I stopped because I was near services. I've got my hands all dirty, doesn't look like it because I just wiped them on my jeans, and they were fine. So it's just a little phantom error. Don't normally get that on a Volkswagen Group car. I've had that on Hondas a lot where it says the tyre pressures are wrong and they're always fine. Apart from one time in a Type R when I had a puncture and there wasn't a replacement tyre in the country and I had to get low loaded back to Honda, but that's a story for another day. Ah! Bong! 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 It's currently shouting at me saying, please drive in the centre of your lane. I am. I'm just in roadworks and the lane markings are all a bit weird. It's done that twice now and you can't shut it up. You get bonged at for 30 seconds and you're panicking thinking, what am I doing wrong? Nothing. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just on narrow lanes because there's roadworks. And the new Volkswagen Group sense array infotainment nonsense can't cope with it. At least the lane keep assist is less intrusive than in the new Golf, which is good. But that's annoying. Shut up, don't tell me to drive in the centre of my lane. Drive wherever I want, within the realms of the law. I've spent a week with the Octavia and I've done about 400 miles and I've come to the conclusion that it's the car version of Angela Merkel. Yeah. Just because it's not sexy at all really, unless you've got a slightly weird kink, but it's very useful and it's reassuring to know that it's there for you, looking out for you, looking out for the planet, your world, your kids, your family, your house moving requirements, your holidays, all of that stuff. It is absolutely brilliant at. Yeah, sure, it's not going to win a beauty contest, especially not in white, but as a car that costs 28 grand, it gives you so much space. All the tech you get in the latest Golf, more physical buttons in the latest Golf on the infotainment, is less annoying than the Volkswagen. It's just very hard to criticise, really. It could be cheaper, but then so could everything, pretty much. And yeah, I wouldn't have it in white. And I'd probably have it on some slightly bigger wheels. It's got a sport mode that's kind of pointless, but just don't use it. You're not paying extra for that. So yeah, it's like a workhorse that doesn't really feel like a workhorse. And it's just a sort of car that you can go straight ahead and recommend to all your friends and family when they're asking you for advice for a sensible car. New Skoda Octavia. Go and buy one. Right, I'm getting soggy. I've waffled on a bit too much about Angela Merkel and it's probably time to end. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you very soon for more sensible consumer advice, sort of.